It is showtime. Back at it one more again.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I like it. Hold on. Yeah, I was supposed to go that way. Okay. Something bugged out? What's happening here? Head back to... Alright. Okay, alright. It's been a couple of days. I've been playing too much of New World. Alright. I remember what happened. Alright. That was the way to the boss fight. Kicked his ass. Now we're heading back. Okay. Alright. No problem, back on it. Oh. Six. Just in case. So.
Say no more.
I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare Demolisher!
Here's a bar beyond the darkest sky! Radiant flood! Fall into thy own. Concentrate this bar beyond the darkest sky!
Too fast. I'll trip it up.
Comic Frost! Do it! Blizzard Roll!
Annihilate! Get toasty!
Alright, alright.
A comfortable win.
Gotta remember what I was doing. I took a bunch of damage there. Hello. Take a better look at that map.
Go no further!
Okay.
It's like trying to keep up with a wall. Divine thing is light! Far beyond block. Student, make it work! Dion, astral energy, full throttle!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah, and pummeling to me.
Lunar corruption!
On guard by the power of water.
Student star! Raging storm! Celestial hammer!
Think you can
Ice
fly?
prison! Head on my watch!
Not today!
Explosion! Glorious flame of fury! Razor cyclone!
Turbine Alpha!
Ice prison! Celestial hammer!
Hurricane strike.
Ice prison!
I'm not done!
In a bind.
Far beyond the darkest sky!
Do it!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Alright, Shion, you need to do a little bit more healing here. Hold on, not that. I need strategies. Oh, that's why. Oh.
Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alphen.
Ooh, nice. More enemies? There we go. What's up, buddy?
Let's dispose of the trash. I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing arts.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Far beyond the what my art can do. I call you!
Take this!
Right up the dark.
Magic
Hairstorm keeps charging us!
That's what my shield is for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
Here comes Magic attack! Holy water! Hear my call! Storm!
Take this!
I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare Demolisher!
Here comes come over! Go get him! Chain between magic! Storm, you get the dead!
He's here! Attack time!
Not today!
Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon thee!
This one's mine.
Shooting star! Magic meteor! Here's another!
Eternal
Close
devastation!
one!
Far enough.
Hit! Crescent on! Bullseye! Shooting star! Flame of
Think you can fly?
Water! One more!
Make it rain.
Here's astral energy! Full throttle!
Don't push yourself too hard.
Mantis. It'll be fine for these guys. Oh, there was a fourth one?
crumble. 7 Aqua. Here's another.
Rising Wyvern.
Watch and one last one. Burning strike. Blah. Holy lamp. You get the gist. Do it. Alpin. Astral energy.
Say no more.
Finish it off.
Everyone still in one piece?
Yep. I barely worked up a sweat.
What the? When did it get pitch dark all of a sudden?
The lights are all out. Think it has something to do with the explosion back in the Forbidden Zone?
Maybe.
Doe?
You two.
Faria, Avakir. Thank goodness you're safe.
Avakir filled me in about everything. About how I ambushed you all.
She doesn't remember a thing. So she really was being controlled.
He told me about Tarnigan, too. Is it true?
What difference does it make? What's done is done.
Stop casting me off, just for once!
Faria, not now. It can wait. Dohalim, Lenegus is in grave peril.
So I can see.
It's the city's core reactor. It's damaged. Some of the basic systems we've managed to keep online, but complete restoration's still a way off.
You're an elite technician, though. You can fix it, right?
Right?
If so, then what's the problem?
Panic's begun to set in among the citizens.
Right?
Until now, whenever something like this happened, the Sovereign would issue a decree. But this time, not so much as a peep. Any longer, and we run the risk of riots breaking out before we can get things back up and running.
Forget the Sovereign. I doubt you'll be hearing from him anytime soon.
What's that supposed to mean? Do you know something I don't?
Suffice it to say, the Sovereign isn't the kind of ruler we thought he was. That is, if he ever even existed, which is looking doubtful at this stage.
Are you out of your mind? Why, if people knew that a lord such as yourself was whispering such blasphemy, they'd...
There's no time to explain now. It sounds like we need to find a way to keep Lenegus from spiraling out of control.
We need to stop that riot.
But how do we do that?
Riots feed on discontent and unrest, right? So if we want to keep the peace, we just need to put people's minds at ease.
At ease? Like by letting them hear directly from someone they trust. That's it. Who's the highest-ranking person in Lenegus right now?
Lenegus wouldn't have a next in line. After all, you said the Sovereign rules over everyone directly, right?
Correct. The closest thing to an authority figure would be a lord. And the only one left is... Ah. Very well then. Avakir, you mentioned a few facilities were still online. Which ones?
Why hasn't the Sovereign said anything?
Please, won't somebody explain what's going on?
Is it over? What's going to happen to all of us?
Heed me now, fellow Renans of Lenegus. It is I, Lord Dohalim Ilkaris of Elda Menancia.
Look, up there! It's Lord Dohalim!
Hold on! He should be in the crown contest! Shouldn't he? Why isn't the Sovereign talking to us?
The Sovereign is seeing to other matters right now. In my capacity as Lord, I speak to you in his stead. You're afraid. As people so often are when faced with the unknown. I hope you'll allow me to put your fears to rest. The city's core reactor has experienced a malfunction. However, we have our top engineers attending to the matter, and things will soon be back to normal. I know that you feel abandoned, perhaps more scared and alone than ever before. But I ask you all to keep one thing in mind. You are Lenegus, not the Lords and Sovereign. The solidarity of its citizens is the mortar that holds it together. If we don't allow ourselves to be distracted by our differences, if we put our hearts and minds together and stand as one, I am confident we will find new hope. I would be honored to stand with you. Not as a person of loftier rank, but as another human being among many. I hope that you'll lend me your strength, for if we can persevere as one, I know a bright tomorrow awaits.
Good speech. Good speech. Well done.
Your speech seems to have done the trick. Looks like the city won't be descending into chaos after all.
But the lights also
I only
came
pray
back
the
on.
relief will tide the city over for the time being.
What you said earlier, about the Sovereign possibly not even existing.
It's still too premature to say with any certainty, but I believe so. This whole time, this world we've been fed was a lie, built on nothing but falsehood.
But it can't all have...
I can believe it. After everything I saw in the Forbidden Zone, what they did to Faria, it's the only explanation that makes sense.
But what about hierarchy, Avakir? Authority? The very foundations of Renan society? How can we live without someone to guide us?
I'd say we found someone capable of doing just that.
You?
I have business I must take care of first. But once everything is over, I shall return. But not as your sovereign, nor as a leader, the likes of which the people here are used to, I think.
But how else do you propose to...
I'm not sure yet. All I have is a feeling that here in Lenegis, a new dawn is on the verge of breaking. One in which people won't be judged by birthright, or on the power of their astral arts, but on other things. More important things. Things like...
When I bumped into you after all those years, I said you were no different. I feel like maybe now I can finally begin to accept.
You go finish whatever it is you've got to do. I'll hold down the fort here in Lenegis till you get back.
Thank you.
I guess you're not going to make it to Menancia for the foreseeable future.
Indeed.
The people of Elda Menancia can look after themselves just fine. It's the ones here on Lenegis who need someone to guide them. Besides, with you leading the people here, it'll help spread the idea of coexistence beyond Menancia's borders.
Sounds like you're in it for the long haul.
How could I not be, after the second chance that I've been granted? From this day forth, I shall dedicate myself to the future inhabitants of this world, though the memories of the departed shall remain forever.
Remember, you're going to be leading the people here, not ruling.
True enough. Whatever would I do without you?
With or without her, I suspect you're gonna have your hands full when the time comes. We should be heading back to the ship. Business on Rena await.
Hello, hello. Dohalim. Renan leader. Let's see. Priest. All right, that's good. What else we got? Gosh, True healing arts. Yeah, that's I'll go with this and this. Those both really improve him. Alright, she's close to that. But damn, he's got a lot of points. Alright, Run KO. Gonna center her resistance. Attack, got that. Penetration. Penetration's good. KO. Let's see.
Looks like the people of Lenegus can rest easy.
Let's see, where was it at? It was... Oh. And here. He's got 2 more. I'll wait to see what those have in it before I spend any points on him. Guy's got 3 more. He's got 2 more. He's got 2 more. She's got 2 more. He's got 1 more. Alright. I do that subquest. And down there. That cyclone. Getting all these would be good. Yeah, that'd be good too. Penetration. Fuck it. Another 40 penetration here. Alright.
Couldn't have done it without your words of encouragement, Law.
Hey, you're the one who made the speech.
I think everybody can share the credit here.
Oh, yeah? What did you do?
In one sense, when all is said and done, perhaps I have been a slave this whole time.
You, a Renan Lord? How do you figure...
I was complicit in the Renan system, bound by its values, resigned to being swept along, without the resolve to take us. And when I realized the severity of my mistake, all I longed for was a lord. And yet my first instinct was to place my fate in the hands.
I think I can relate. I couldn't stand watching my people bow and scrape their way through life, but I didn't know what else I could do about it either. The ability to think for yourself and be your own master, that's what separates a slave from a free person. At least, that's what Law's dad Zephyr used to say. Zephyr taught me how to...
Even if it...
Oh, yeah.
This Zephyr character sounds like he was a wise man indeed. I only wish I could have...
There's just so much I wish I could ask him, especially now.
Hold on. This is where I'm at. Damn. All right.
How long have you known?
Known what?
About the darkness I carry inside me. You seem to have...
Why ask me now? But yes, I have.
So basically since the very start of our journey then. Just when I...
Leave the past where it belongs. We have no...
Really, I couldn't get a fast travel on this. Actually, that make me go all the way back over here. Yep. What's this? Something important gonna happen, or am I just running? So the Rena.
I thought we'd find
go.
answers on Lenegis, but we just ended up finding more questions.
You can say that again. And now we have more problems to fix too. Like figuring out how to reform Lenegis.
That can wait for now. We've got more than enough on our plates to deal with as it is. Like figuring out who's really running the show on Rena.
Yeah. Which is why we're going to the Renan homeworld.
All the answers we've been looking for are on that planet. The person responsible for all this. The Red Woman and the Renaissance.
Yes, yes, big recap. Let's go, let's go, let's go!
The answers have to be there. Are we prepared to finally find them?
So, what do we do first when we get...
We know nothing about the Renan homeworld or what we might face once we arrive. We should get a feel for how things are on the ground before we take any serious steps.
It's also entirely possible that the first thing we're going to face is an attack.
If we come across a capital, we should... What?
Isn't that something?
Damn! The hell just happened?
Our course has been altered. The coordinates are pointing to a different destination.
What's that?
The ship's controls aren't accepting my commands. The engine is being shut down.
That's bad, right?
Quite bad. We've lost control of the ship.
Is all of this the Red Women's doing?
Are they trying to finish us off before we can land?
Everyone! Look there!
Rena. All right. Oh, so pretty. Ain't that nice?
A flower blooming out of Rena?
But that flower looks like it's absorbing all of Dana's energy.
And it appears Lenegis is serving as a conduit for that energy to reach here. Could that have been its true purpose all along?
If that's true, do you think the people back on Lenegis are all right?
We can only pray that they are.
Damn it! Haven't they taken enough already? When is this going to end?
The Flower of Oblivion.
With everything that's happening, we need to get back to Lenegis. Is the ship still offline?
Unfortunately, yes. Even more so than when it lay dormant.
Can you fix it?
Starships are extremely complex machines. One wrong move while we're out here in space could very well cost us our lives.
So what? We're just stuck inside here, floating around? For how long?
I don't believe this. We've made it all this way, and now we're stuck here? We're watching Dana die before our eyes, and we have no choice but to sit here and starve to death?
Law, calm down! You're not the only one who's worried here.
Right. Sorry.
It's still too early to give up.
Alphen.
Now what?
The starship, it's back online?
No, this is different. Something is pulling our ship in towards it.
We managed to get moving, but where are we?
It looks like Lenegis in here.
Do you think we might run into more Renans here? Or those red women?
Perhaps. Someone brought us here. The question is, who?
We haven't been ambushed, so that probably means they aren't hostile. Still, why would anyone want to bring us here?
Hey, Shion!
If they wanted to attack us, they could have done so while we were back on the starship. We should see where this path takes us.
Alright.
Kisara? Any... Among other things.
You were thinking about Dohalim.
I was just thinking how good it is to see him. It was always so infuriating, knowing how capable he could be if he just put his mind... But now?
So, then...
I still can't get over what we saw happening outside the star.
Yeah. Our planet's really not doing too hot right about.
I've only ever seen Rena from the surface of Dana, so I figured it was just another round planet like... Still though, I never would have imagined Rena actually looked like that. And what's...
Beats me. I have absolutely no clue. It's so surreal. It looks...
Rena and Dana. We were taught that both worlds were spherical bodies that floated amongst the stars. But to think that they lied to us not only about the Sovereign and the Crown contest, but also the form of our own...
Dohalim.
Okay, who's the wise guy that summoned us here?
Someone formidable enough to bring our starship along with us.
They must be here somewhere. Let's find them.
Oh, upper council. Alright. Center it is. Come on.
This place looks a lot like that room we saw back in the Forbidden.
Huh? What's that? It's one of those!
A red woman in disguise. Or is this their true form?
So it was a trap?
It doesn't look like it can move. Tell me, are you the one who brought us here?
That is correct. It is unusual for me to have unexpected guests these days.
It can talk.
Alright, let's get to it. Let's get the...
What are you?
Let's get the anime story.
35.
Hevrect 35. Is that your name?
Correct.
What is this place? No, wait, before that. Just what exactly are you? Are you somehow associated with the Red Women?
Before I answer, I have a question for you. How did you all arrive in this sector?
We did not come to this place by choice. Our ship was brought here against our will, by a group of red women who can shift into the same form as you.
In that case, we can assume my brethren who serve the Great Spirit have deemed you all to be a threat most grave.
What do you mean, serve? Are you saying there really is someone more powerful than the Red Women, pulling their strings?
What did you do to us?
I examined your bodies. You have not been harmed in any way. Identifiers detected. The Sovereign and Maiden are among you. However, you aren't under its control. I see why they viewed you as a danger now.
Oh goody, more riddles.
Do you think we can trust this thing?
Like it or not, it may be our best chance at a ticket out of here. Let's at least hear it out.
I shall now answer your questions. We are Helganquil. The Red Women you encountered previously are a form of disguise we employ from time to time, but not our true form.
Helganquil?
You are on Date Phasol, a celestial base which drifted here by accident. The will of Rena's Great Spirit no longer reaches us here. Since my sudden separation from the Great Spirit's influence, I have used any and all means to extend my lifespan. As I have done so, I have also set out to monitor and research Rena and Dana from this position.
A question. What is this Great Spirit of which you speak? Is it something that rules over your kind?
Correct. The Great Astral Spirit is a large mass of astral energy that fills all of Rena, one with its own will, a voice we cannot refuse.
A voice? Just like Dana.
The voice of the Great Spirit speaks to our hearts directly, and we have served it without question throughout the ages.
Does that mean it was controlling your minds? Wait a second. Could this Great Spirit be the true Sovereign of Rena?
The true ruler of Rena. It could be the same thing that's controlling Volron.
Wait, back up. You're telling us this great spirit of yours is the one that ordered you things to harvest the astral energy from Dana? I'm not sure I believe that.
Why not? We've already made contact with the will of Dana back in the Wedge, and in the Forbidden Zone on Lenegus. If Dana has a will of its own, I don't see why Rena wouldn't.
Maybe not, but think about what you're saying. If Dana has a will like Rena, then that would mean that we've been controlled by the voice of Dana this whole time, just like these things.
Dana's will hasn't been forcing us to do anything.
Yeah, but...
Let's assume that what Hevrect 35 claims is true, and that we are indeed cut off from both planets. Even if we had previously been under the control of Dana's will, we would have noticed now that we are disconnected.
Your fear is not based in logic. The voice of Dana is much smaller and quieter compared to that of Rena's great spirit. Rena's astral energy is amassed at its center, whereas Dana's is shared among all its constituents. So thinly is that energy spread that it cannot coalesce and formulate a will. Our findings here indicate as much.
Which explains why we felt its will where we did. The Wedge and Lenegus are where so much of that energy had been accumulated.
The Great Spirit's desire is to consume all astral energy. And the pursuit of that desire is why you see Rena in its current state. As a result, it has turned its attention toward Dana.
Is that why the crown contest is necessary? So that the Great Spirit can feed off of Dana?
Indeed. And it was to that end that we Helganquil devised the crown contest. Had the initial spirit channeling from 300 years ago succeeded, all of Dana's astral energy would have been seized.
But the ceremony failed. Lenegus was severely damaged, and you lost both the Sovereign and the Renasalma.
Correct. A change in plan was required to ensure the spirit channeling's success. However, recreating the Renis Alma required a vast amount of energy. That is why we turned to Dana.
So that was the real purpose behind the crown contest. An efficient means to harvest the necessary energy from Dana.
This is all happening because of me.
No.
Nevertheless, you still haven't answered one of Alphen's original questions. Just why have you brought us here to your base, Hevrect 35?
First, it was to confirm the identities of you, my unexpected visitors. Second, it was to ascertain whether you would be likely to accept my request.
A request? But what could someone like you want us to...
I wish for you all to slay the Great Spirit.
Of course you do.
I'm sorry, did you just ask us to kill your master?
I did. It is in your best interest that you do so, I might add.
What makes you say that?
Lenegus has entered the final stage of the spirit channeling plan. As we speak, Dana's energy is being harvested en masse and transmitted to Rena. If nothing is done about the Great Spirit, it will not be long before all is lost.
You're saying the destruction we saw earlier is just the beginning? That...
We won't let that happen.
Why do you want us to kill the Great Spirit so badly? Is it to save our world? To free you, Helganquil, from under its control? Why?
No. My primary concern is validating our findings and analysis, which have taken many years to realize. As such, it is my desire to see how your actions impact and change these systems. However, I will not deny that vengeance also plays a part.
Vengeance? For what?
In spite of our long service to the Great Spirit, our species is on the brink of extinction.
You mean... you're dying?
At this stage, it would be wise for you to talk with the others. Ask them what you need to know. Once you have your answer, return to me. If you agree to help, I shall fix your ship.
Others? Just how many of you are there?
I am the only Helganquil who inhabits Dake Faisal.
Hey! Hey!
It's no use. I think it's done talking to us. Let's take a look around.
Alright, back to the opening. Or not.
You can't seriously be buying anything that creature told us, right? I mean, it's practically blackmailing us.
To be honest, the conversation went on for so long, I'm not sure I understood all of it. How about you?
At the very least, everything it said about the Renan Great Spirit adds up. At the end of the day, this whole chain of events comes back to Astral. That being said, had we not previously encountered the will of Dana, I suspect I would find its story much more difficult to believe.
The spirit of Rena wants to see Dana completely destroyed.
But why? Astral energy is supposed to be a force that creates and shapes the world.
It doesn't matter. I don't care if we're up against an entire world or what its game is. We're not going to let it destroy Dana.
Right.
There is one other thing that concerns me. How the Great Spirit, the Helganquil, and the Crown Contest are all part of a centuries-long plan is clear enough. But what about the Renans? How do they factor into all this?
Now that you mention it, and all that talk, Hevric 35 never even brought up the Renans once. And as for the Helganquil, we never did find out just what they are either.
Maybe it had a reason for keeping its silence. Or perhaps there's even more going on. Maybe the others will shed more light on the matter. Let's find out.
Ah, Shion, just in the nick of time. Here, lend me a hand while—
No!
What the— Oh!
No, I'm the one who should apologize.
Again, Law? Can't you even go
Seriously, besides, I'm the one who should be vigilant about not touching you.
Actually, I've been meaning to ask. Not being able to touch people.
I guess I never really thought it before long. It was just part of my everyday...
Alright. Lower decks. Then I'll go upper decks. See you later. Why are all these plants? Hello, hello.
Who are they?
What is it?
Oh, my apologies. It's just been so long since I've seen any humans from the outside world.
Are you a Renan?
Hmm? Oh, yeah, I guess so. The Overseer told us to answer any questions you might have. Whatever you want to know, we'll tell you as much as we can. But be quick. Our subjects are undergoing a dramatic shift that we don't want to miss.
Subjects?
What a weird guy.
He must have meant Hevric 35 when he mentioned that Overseer.
And what was that about subjects? You don't think he meant Dana and Rena, do you?
There isn't anyone else we can talk to. I guess we should ask around here.
Alright.
Have you guys lived up here in Dake Faisal with Hevric 35 for a long...
Yes. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head just how long it's been, though. We regularly go into stasis, so our sense of time has gotten rather out of whack over the years.
Why are you all even here in the first—
Originally,
This station was where we worked to perform maintenance on Lenegis from the outside.
We heard that the facility ended up in its current location due to an accident.
Oh, it was terrible. Apparently there was some kind of accident, and when help never arrived, they presumed the entire facility had been destroyed.
And you've been working for Hevrecht 35 ever since?
Well, at first we thought that there was nobody else inside the facility, but then it turned out the Overseer was there all along.
What do you mean?
The Helganquil have the technology to cloak themselves around us Renin. As long as they don't do anything obvious, a Renin won't see one, even if it's right in front of.
Which would explain why Shion and I failed to notice the Red Women previously. Do they employ an astral art of some sort?
I haven't been able to scientifically confirm it for myself, but from what I understand, the type of cloaking they use is primarily achieved through mechanical means. In addition, they also used hypnosis devices and information control to get us to do what they wanted without being detected. It's a pretty sophisticated operation, especially since it avoids any unnecessary conflict. I have to imagine that's how Lenegis is still run.
But aren't the Helganquil themselves controlled by the Great Spirit? If so, why aren't Renins affected by it in the same way?
The Great Spirit's mind control only works on Helganquil, so they had to employ other means to manipulate us Renin.
You act like this didn't affect you personally. If I was you, I'd be mad as hell at their deception.
I mean, sure, I was surprised when I first found out about it, but it happened so long ago.
Hevrecht 35 has clearly ceased concealing itself, though.
Who can say? My guess is it just got bored, or maybe even a little lonely.
Don't you want to go back home to Rena or Lenegis? Our ship is going to be fixed pretty soon. You could ride with—
No way. If we went back after knowing the truth, they'd either just brainwash us or purge us outright. After all this time, there's nothing to be gained from going back. We've all agreed it would be best to simply stay here and watch
voice
everything
actress
unfold
change? What
instead.
happened?
Things are going just fine with the Overseer. Not that it'll be around much longer. It can't extend its life any further. That said, I'm sure it's pleased to see the final stage of the plan before it passes on, though.
Thank you for answering our questions. Can we talk to you for a few minutes?
Sure. It's going to be a while before the two planets undergo their next shift, so I can talk until then.
Please, tell us what you know about the Helgan.
You mean the Overseer's species? I can't say I know much about them.
Well, for starters, where'd they come from?
Where else? From Rena, obviously.
From Rena? Wait, are you telling us those things live right alongside the Renins down there?
Of course not. There's really no such thing as Renins in the first place.
Excuse me?
Oh, I thought the Overseer explained everything.
Apparently not.
Please, tell us more.
Well, in a nutshell, the Renins were originally created from Danins by the Helganquil.
Okay, alright.
But if that's true, then that would mean there aren't any people on Rena.
There aren't. But there are Helganquil. That's what the name literally means in their language. People of Rena.
But what need could they possibly have to create a whole new race of people?
It was a way to bolster their dwindling workforce. I trust you're aware that the Helganquil are on the verge of extinction, yes? In essence, we were created to carry on their work for the Great Spirit after they all die. They gathered Danins who had an affinity for astral arts and proceeded from there. That's why we, as their descendants, can all cast arts, albeit to varying degrees.
Let me get this straight. Are you saying Renins were originally created from Danins that the Helganquil kidnapped?
Wait, that explains why almost nobody can use Astro Arts on Dana now.
Helganquil technology is truly amazing. The way they alter their bodies is far less invasive than your conventional surgeries. They have these tiny machines that are practically invisible, which they insert into their bodies and—
Enough! You needn't tell us anymore.
How can you speak so calmly about all of this?
I guess I can see how, when viewed in a certain light, their ways may sound grotesque. But if you ask me, I think they ultimately did us a favor. They saved us from crawling the earth in ignorance. If it meant their hands had to get a little dirty in the process, then so be it. Anyway, the Helganquil are the real Renans. Personally, I don't think it's such a big deal. They're also mostly the ones behind what you see going on between the two planets. I think that covers just about everything worth knowing.
I see. Thanks for filling us in.
Does he really expect us to believe that Renans never truly existed? How absurd.
Dohalim.
Just when I think we're getting to the bottom of it all, some new revelation smacks us in the face.
And let's hope this
That's
is
some
our last
anime
revelation
shit
for a
right
while.
there. Last revelation for a while. Talk.
Do you know anything about a spirit channel?
If you mean the first plan from 300 years ago, then yes. Do you know what its main objective was?
Yes. It was to use Lenegis to siphon off Dana's astral energy and send it to Rena.
Exactly. However, there were two problems we had to consider. First was how to collect and send such a large quantity of astral energy without it becoming sentient. Second, we had to figure out how to convert Dana's energy so it would be compatible with Rena.
I take it the solutions to those problems were to use the wedge for the collection, and then the Sovereign and Maiden to convert the energy.
We have a winner! However, the first plan failed when the Sovereign was overwhelmed and became frenzied. The reason for that is because the Maiden lost control. I'm told he slaughtered many Renans in Helganquil that day. For the next plan, we tried to recreate the Renis Alma, but we didn't have nearly enough of the other non-dark astral energy types. To amend that, we set our sights on Dana, and implemented a system whereby we could extract energy from it.
And the crown contests began.
Correct. Since the Maiden had been the failing point in the previous plan, it was decided to replace her role with machinery to avoid further mishaps. A new Sovereign had to be made as well. It was such tremendously difficult work, its success was dubious. But from the look of things, it would appear such worries were unfounded.
So that's what the purpose of that room we found in the Forbidden Zone was.
What about the flower that sprouted from Rena?
Flower? Oh, that thing. That's the physical manifestation of all the astral energy that's been harvested from Dana. As I'm sure you've noticed, it's quite a lot of energy. At this point, it's likely that it's become physically integrated with Rena's planetary structure.
Hevrecht 35 mentioned that the spirit channeling plan is entering its final stage. Is that true?
It is. I never thought I would live to see the day with my own eyes, and yet here we are. Are we done talking now? If it's all the same to you, I'd really rather not miss anything that's about to happen.
He talks like the potential end of the world is just another day on the job.
You've got to remember that these guys have been living alone up here for a long time. Who knows what shape their minds are in?
It feels like our whole world has been turned upside down. Is there...
Seriously, I'm still trying to process the fact that we Renans were created by the Helganquil, let alone the Sovereign and Maiden.
Let's take a moment to gather us. I know all of this is a lot to believe and take in, but I think it's fair to say that we've found the answers we've been looking for. Does everyone...
Agreed. Though I'll admit that I never expected it to all boil down to Rena's great spirit being behind everything
that's happened.
So
Everything we've
aliens.
endured.
It's aliens.
all because-
And to get that energy, the Great Spirit took control of the Helganquil. Then the Helganquil created the Renans, who went on to invade and rule over the Danan.
Plus, the reason the Great Spirit can't directly control the Renans as well is likely because they were originally Danans all along.
Either way, I think it's fair to say we've all had a lot to take in at once. Maybe, why don't we all take some time to think things over before we decide on our next...
That's a good idea. If the Renan Great Spirit really is behind all this, then we've got a really big fight ahead of us. Because it's not just Dana on the line, but Rena too. If we're going to do this, we need to be completely sure of ourselves. So let's go ahead and break off for now. We aren't in any immediate danger. You sure you don't want to be alone right now?
I could ask you the same.
And while walking around and...
I'll go along with you. I'm interested to hear...
Sounds good.
Everyone's just gone their own way, huh?
Yeah, let's hit up each spot.
Oh, it's you two. Does he seem like he's doing any better?
He who?
I know that we're all struggling to wrap our minds.
What do you think about everything we've learned? About the Renan?
On some level, I'm not even really sure what to think, to be honest. I mean, the Great Spirit is like a huge natural disaster, but with a mind and will of its own. But if that thing's hellbent on trying to destroy our planet, then the only thing left for us to do is stop it. As for the Renans, I suppose my feelings on that are a bit...
How so?
Coexistence between Danans and Renans in Menancia is still a work in In my case, I think that's partly because deep down, I was still on guard around Renans. So... to be told that they're like us, that they're actually just like us is... well... I guess it's a little deflating, to be honest.
You kept a pretty level head.
You mean about the Renans? At the end of the day, the Helgan Quill and the Great Spirit are the ones who are responsible. But at the same time, I realize that not every Danan is necessarily going to believe that either.
I know you're already aware of this, but the list of grievances the Danans have against the Renans is long, and understandably so. And if people then find out that they're all actually one and the same, yeah, I don't think they're going to take to it too kind.
Even just among the Danans, I'm sure there'll be some who emerge with power and some who won't. I think if we can find a way to get rid of that imbalance, then we'll be in a truly good place.
Well,
Fucking socialists.
first we can try to figure out what to do about the existing conflicts we have.
Yeah.
Communists.
It'd be nice if one day people could learn to get past their hatred like Rinwell did.
It's no small task.
Right. In a worst-case scenario.
And we all have to figure out...
That's an interest...
It's true. Everybody has their... It won't be... But I think... And now, I think I see a way to move forward.
What are you doing? Oh.
You both seem awfully...
Only because after everything we've seen...
How are you holding up, Rinwell?
Yeah. I get this sinking feeling whenever I remember how Danan mages like my family were persecuted and died out. But I was thinking, if Renans end up living together with Danans again, then mages won't be such an unusual thing to see on Dana. I know it's not as simple as all that, but Danans probably won't be so quick to let their guards down, and there might be Renans who still act superior because of their arts.
It wouldn't surprise me. 300 years of bad blood and prejudice isn't going to be an easy thing to overcome.
Yeah, but even so, I was thinking...
Rinwell.
That Great Spirit...
Alright, Unity, get it, blah, blah. Oh.
I apologize for making...
You mean hearing the origins of the Renans?
Indeed. It's shocking to have so many things I thought to be indelible fade away in me.
Even I'm...
Let's not delude ourselves.
Yeah, come to terms with shit. Alright. I want to play video game.
I still can't believe...
You're not the only one still trying to make sense of all this. Believe me.
Really? You've never struck me as the type of guy to get hung up.
Did you forget what happened back in Thistleum? Once my memories started coming back to me, I felt completely and totally lost.
It was really that bad for...
Yeah, it was. Law.
Coping with shit. Got it.
Well, it sounds like everyone's learning from their past and using it to create...
What about you, Shion?
To be honest, right now, it's...
How do you mean?
Because for a really, really long time, all I ever thought about was how I was going to die. I thought I'd die alone. That fate, I would have never... It's been going on. It was...
You got power of friendship. Got it. Keep going.
Well, is everybody ready to do...
I am. There's a lot to think about, but at the end of the day, Dana's still in danger. I don't care who...
What are your thoughts, Alpha?
Like Law said, if we have to fight the Great Spirit on Rena, then so be it. It's trying to rob us of our entire world. And it's going to take not just our home, but all of existence along with it. That alone is enough to make it our enemy. But it's not only that. One way or another, I think beating the Great Spirit is going to be tied to us saving Shion.
You're saying there's a chance?
You're referring to the vision of destruction we all saw in Lenegus?
Yeah. 3 centuries ago, the astral energy that appeared at the spirit channeling ceremony showed Naori that vision. And to hear Shion tell it, it's the same one that she sees from her own thorns as well.
Indeed. Shion's thorns are comprised of dark astral energy, the one type which we know is native only to Rena. And if Rena's great spirit is what's behind Dana's pending destruction, then...
Shion's thorns are the Great Spirit? It's not actually on Rena like we thought?
We don't know anything for certain. At the very least, though, I think it's possible her thorns are a part of the Great Spirit.
While the main body resides in Rena.
Shion, if these thorns really are a part of Rena's great spirit, I'm going to go over there and give it a piece of my...
The question is, how do we... Suffice it to say, that flower growing out of Rena is enormous, large enough to house the will of an entire... The Wedge and Lenegus were both hard enough for us to overcome in their own right. This is an altogether greater challenge.
And we only know about the Thorns' connection thanks to Naori.
Hevric 35 has been observing the great astral spirit this whole time. It wouldn't ask us to fight it unless it has a plan of some sort. Our minds are made up. Let's go give Hevric 35 our answer.
So if the Sovereign and Maiden were originally boot-up programs for Lenegus, what about...
Even with the Forbidden Zone in ruins and the Renis Alma stolen, Lenegus is functioning fine. If it needed us before, it doesn't appear to now.
First they lumber you with a position you never asked for, then you're discarded like you're nothing?
More importantly, who do they think we are? We might not even factor into their...
I just hope everyone on Lenegus is...
Worst comes to worst, Lenegus is equipped with a large number of star...
Wait,
in any case, if we're truly going to make a difference...
Right.
Sum it up. Alright. This is some kind of boss fight observation deck. You'll see.
Do you have your answer?
We want to ask something first. You're asking us to fight an entire planet. How exactly do you... You must have something up your sleeve, or else you wouldn't put us up...
The great astral spirit is an immense being, but its actual will does not run throughout its entire... Rather, its will is derived from the core, which supports the rest of the body, and is where its strength is most densely concentrated. Therefore, if you destroy the core, the great spirit shall become unable to maintain sentience, and return to being ordinary astral.
And how are we supposed to destroy that?
By using the Renas. You will also need the assistance of both the Sovereign and the Maiden. They are our best tools for suppressing and control. Using their powers, the Maiden shall seal the great astral spirit within her body, and the Sovereign shall wield the power of the Renis Alma to destroy it.
Hold on. That sounds a lot like what Shion described before.
Yeah, killing herself to take out the thorn.
She was actually right.
By my calculations, your powers combined should be sufficient to destroy the great astral spirit and disperse its energy widely enough to make it difficult to reform.
What will happen to the Maiden once we manage to beat the great astral?
Any matter contained within the field of destruction shall be erased.
So it really will kill me.
This method is the most simple one available to destroy the Great Spirit, and is therefore our most reliable option.
What are our other options?
There is little reason to consider alternative courses of action when the most optimal among them is so clear.
We didn't fight this whole time just to give up on her at the very end. If there's any other way to...
This plan shall lead to the fewest losses in preserving your world. Abandoning it is irrational.
That's...
It is vital that you proceed with this plan. A part of Rena's great astral spirit already resides within her. 300 years ago, the Great Spirit descended upon Lenegis in an attempt to assume direct control of the spirit channeling ceremony. We have reason to believe the Great Spirit left part of itself behind, and that it now resides in the Maiden.
Which would make Alphen's earlier hypothesis correct.
That part inside the Maiden belongs to the core, and can be used by the great astral spirit to revive itself. So long as it remains, it will be all but impossible to fully eradicate the Great Spirit. That is why it is necessary for it to be vanquished only once it is whole. Without the Maiden's direct control over the Great Spirit, attacking it is futile, and will only serve to strengthen it.
No.
Wait. Naori said that the Renis Alma can suppress the self-realization of astral energy, and that the thorns could be neutralized by placing them in it. If so, can't the same also be done to the Great Spirit, seeing as the thorns are simply part of it?
Well, can it?
It is true that the Renis Alma is capable of what you suggest, and could contain the great astral spirit.
Yes!
However, doing so requires fine control on the level of the spirit channeling ceremony. Considering that the Renis Alma was previously lost when that ceremony failed, I cannot allow it. Its uncertainty is simply too great.
What does that mean for us if you won't allow it?
Your starship will not be restored, and you will all be unable to leave here.
Why you?
Fine then. I'd rather stay here and rot than do it your way.
Alphen?
Whatever we do, if we mess up, Dana's screwed. The Great Spirit will destroy it. If you're fine letting that happen, and we have nothing to gain either way, then I'd rather do nothing. We want to stop Dana from getting destroyed. We want to save it. But not if it means having to sacrifice one of us in the process. If all you're gonna do is sit back and watch us where it's safe, then quit ordering us around and shut up!
Alphen.
What you say is irrational. Be that as it may, I shall accede to your demand.
You'll agree?
I am an observer. The Sovereign, Maiden, and Renis Alma are my species' greatest achievement. I wish to see how well they work against the Great Spirit in light of our demise by its hand.
But what are we supposed to do about the Renis Alma? One of your buddies ran off with it back on Lenegis.
It is likely that the Renis Alma is with the Great Spirit, functioning as a catalyst for it to receive Dana's astral energy.
So our only option to retrieve it is to head straight for the Great Spirit and take it back.
According to my observations, the astral energy is most densely concentrated in the center of Rena, where the Great Spirit's core is located.
So right in the middle of that giant flower, then.
I have one more question. You've said that Rena's great astral spirit is already integrated with the planet. What will happen to Rena once it vanishes?
Without the will of the Great Spirit, Rena is predicted to collapse. Even in such a scenario, the energy will disperse, and the Great Spirit will likely not reform.
So you're saying that even if we manage to beat the Great Spirit without destroying it, we'll still be in danger?
Likely, the collapse will occur in stages. It is recommended that you all escape before the final stage.
Man, I wish that thing would tell it to us straight.
Havrek 35 and the others have gotten used to hypothesizing from afar. Fix our starship. We're going to...
Excellent.
But I want to make one thing clear. We're doing this for ourselves, to protect what matters to us. We're not doing it for your sake, or because you told us to. Remember that.
It matters little to me. The end result, repair work on your starship has commenced. You'll have to wait until it's finished.
Man,
the
is it too much to ask for Havrek 35 to talk like a normal person? I swear I can feel my brain starting to fry after listening to all that complicated stuff.
Don't worry. I think we're mostly done with him. Now all we have to do is rest up and wait. Is the Renis Alma really our only hope against the Great Spirit?
Shion's Fire Master Core was able to suppress astral energy to prevent it from gaining sentience. Couldn't we make use of that?
I'm not sure.
Back in Calaglia.
Except besides.
Secret weapon, got it. No cooking?
You still thinking about what the scientists told us? About where Renan's really...
I am, but not for myself.
You're worried about the future of the Renan people.
The fact that our people have been the same this whole time will only give the Danans further reason to resent us.
But you still intend to confront this truth head-on, don't you?
Well, I did declare that I would live my life for the living, even as I dream of retirement. I shall remain dedicated to the cause.
I'm sure you'll do great.
Now that I think about it, I don't believe I've ever heard you criticize or reproach us Renans even once.
I'm no saint. I have skeletons in my closet too. There was definitely a time when I hated Renans for who they were. I hated them just for being Renan, but you changed that, Dohalim. Thanks to your reform, of course. But we knew that not when it comes
Tolerance,
down to
got it.
Yeah, but as soon as...
I understand. Realistically speaking,
Even if we end up
butting
society
heads
that
with
works
one
like that,
person,
maybe
we'll
we'll find better luck among
nurturing
their
and
friends.
protecting.
so you wish for people to form real bonds and do away with the hierarchy outright.
Yes, I do. Do you still plan to return?
Indeed I do.
You'll always have a home in Menancia, you know. Well, Doe.
Did you just... Never mind. Thank you, Kisara. I appreciate your patience.
Don't even mention it. And really, when you think about it, now that we know the two of us aren't so different after all, don't you think that brings down a barrier that used to...
You know, I hadn't actually thought of it.
Yeah.
Get that pussy.
Hey, why'd you call me here? Was there...
Well, if everything we've heard... So I wanted to apologize.
Apologize?
I was being real stupid. I get why you were angry, so...
No.
Oh, God.
Law?
Oh, I want to play a video game.
Are you sure you don't? Same as...
I want to play video game.
You.
Give me a video game.
Yeah, we should...
Agreed.
Our task is relatively...
We're fighting for a new...
Right.
Small recap. Got it. Video game. Give me a video game.
Time to get back on the Fall Knights.
It would appear that our Helganquil host really has fulfilled its end of the bargain.
You know what that means. Time to go to Rena.
I guess...
There's nothing here. This weird ocean we're surrounded by just stretches out everywhere. Is this really where the Helganquil come from?
I don't sense even a trace of Astro. This world is...
Then this must be the Hollow.
You mean to tell me this whole world? The entire ocean is...
And it's covering everything. The entire...
This is what the Great Spirit does. After it depleted this planet of every last speck of astral energy, it went after...
So arresting. This world...
Back in its day, Rena was probably just as vibrant as... But after being robbed of its astral energy for so long, those days are gone and past.
So the Great...
And it bound the Helgan...
With nothing left here.
You're saying if we don't stop...
We can be sure that even these few...
If the Oblivion... Looks like we can... Let's take a look.
So this is Rena. This is where everything began. Yet it's a dead world?
I won't let Dana suffer the same fate. Ever. Looks like we've warped into that pit of astral energy.
Hello, hello.
Helganquil!
Guess they don't need their Red Woman disguises anymore.
Wait. Can you understand us?
It's no use. We're not going to get through to them.
So they really are being controlled. In that case, we've got no choice.
I knew there was something off here!
They're not pulling punches. We have no choice but to beat them at their own pace.
I don't even know the word defeat.
Here goes! Go get him!
Easter!
Reach that red! What is evil?
Sonic Thrust!
Freeze laser!
The enemy wields armor too.
We'll soon see about that! Red!
Denied! It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire!
Does it?
Sleep now. Pain between heaven and
How do you
evil.
like being pounded into shape?
You get to
Do it! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
Go get it! I'm ready to
You
go!
picked the wrong fight!
As impressive as always.
Here I hope there was a...
No, I mean, you're even better than ever. I've never...
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
There you go, Alvin!
It's time to end this battle!
I'm right beside you!
Pain between heaven and earth. A wailing a pain between cloud on that. Divide Sting! Not in your dreams! Hot Star! You get the gist! Shooting Star! You get the gist! I can do this all day!
You've got a knack for battle.
I still plan on training.
How's everything on your end?
Quiet. Well, right after I silenced them.
Oh, Kisara! You're so dependable! I thought you were more defensively minded. Astral energy!
Say no more.
And that wasn't too.
Alphen.
I can't forgive them for what, but I hate killing them. They don't even know why they're fighting.
Perhaps. However, if we don't make a choice, the guilt of not doing anything will be...
Yeah.
I wonder if we're going to get attacked again.
If we lose heart now, this whole mission is over. We have to stay the course.
Nice. That's fine.
Don't get careless.
Don't tell me!
Go get him! Sleep now! Concentrate! Going in! Water! Hear my call! Divine Savior! Flood! Hear me!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! Let me show you what my head can do! Here's another shot! Here goes! Holy Land! Blah, blah, blah! Burning Flame! Require complete focus! Blah, blah, blah! Right here! Blah, blah, blah!
The flame inside me!
I'll take it
There
from
it is.
here. Let's see how you handle this! Deus Roar!
Don't see this enough. Nice.
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
Come on, give me a fight, give me a fight, give me a fight.
Is this a dead end?
It appears this whole room functions as an elevator. That apparatus there is likely what's used to control it.
Oh.
What the? Where did they come from?
Less worry. More action. Concentrate. Your wings are saving from me. Get behind me.
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
Bullseye! You get the gist. Shooting Star! You get the gist. Divine Sting! Blah, blah, blah. Holy Land! You get the gist.
Finish this!
Kisara, frozen.
Hammer!
Nicely, more incoming. Reload! Bullseye! Barbie! Magic is there! Shooting Star! Blah, blah, blah. Field! Annihilation! Divine Savior! Blah, blah, blah. Concentrate! Kisara, frozen.
Hammer!
More keep calm and take them down.
You picked the wrong fight!
Bullseye! Blah, blah, blah. Shooting Star! Do it! Holy Land!
Shield.
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble.
Hear me!
Reinforcements incoming. Not a problem.
Barbie magic is there!
Glacial spear.
Piercing evil!
You require a hand.
Take this!
Will this attempt it?
Not much longer to go.
Come on, one final push!
Let's do this together, Alphen.
You get the gist.
I don't know what I
You
do
get the
without
gist.
you.
Divine Save!
Perhaps now isn't the time.
I really don't.
Blah, blah, blah. Flame of fury! You get the gist. Piercing evil! Now open! Astral energy!
Say no more.
Well done! Here's another tornado! Magic is in! Do it! Kisara, frozen!
Hammer!
Magma Blah, 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 magic! Holy Lance! Tempest Meteor! Here goes! Swallow Spike! Radiant Pierce! Celestial Hammer! Here's one call! Raging Storm! Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Glacial Reinforcement! Go get him!
Not today.
Freeze Lancer! Blah, 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 magic! Shooting Star! Blah, blah, blah! Sleep now! Flame of Fury! Burning Divine! Glacial Field! Here's evil! Concentrate all! Not on my watch! Blah, blah, blah! Lancer! Shooting Star! You get the gist! Divine Glacial You get the gist! Here's evil! Holy Lance!
Take this.
Make it quick! Freeze Lancer! Kitara Frozen!
Hammer!
By the power of flame! Vanish without a trace! One last shield! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
I can feel my power growing.
Nice.
Even in such a harsh environment as this, there are still creatures here?
You think they're native to Rena? Or could they be Zoogle somehow?
Whatever they are, they're dangerous. Watch yourselves around them. You think that pit stretches all the way to Rena's core? I have a bad feeling about this.
Warrior! I got you! Fear! Here's evil! Concentrate all! Lancer! Shooting Star!
Driving me mad.
Bullseye! Lunar Corruption!
Pesky airborne scoundrel!
Sounds like a job for yours truly! Kitara Frozen!
Hammer!
Nicely done!
All thanks to you.
Magic is there! Holy Lance! Blah, blah, blah! Burning Strike!
In a bind?
You get the gist! Divine! Blah, blah, blah! Burning Strike!
Looking fearsome, Rinwell.
You must be rubbing off on me. Not much longer to go.
Come on. One final push.
Let's do this together, Alchemy. Kitara Frozen!
Hammer!
Good to know my training is paying off.
Right, here goes. Damn it!
Here's the ray! One more! Bullseye! Far beyond the darkest sky! My shooting star!
I'm not
Seal! Searing flame! Concentrate all! I'm going to need to use all the power of
You picked the wrong
Do it!
fight.
Theon! Astral energy! Full throttle! A flawless victory! Take naturally! Ice tornado!
Get back!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Tempest Swirl! Healing circle!
I think we can get through this.
Don't let up until it's
I
over.
owe you, Theon.
Healing is when my arms are letting off.
All mine can do is cause havoc and destruction. You get the gist. Burning Strike! Glacial Field! Here's the shooting!
As impressive as always.
Here I hope that was
No, I mean, you're even better than ever.
I've never seen Theon frozen!
Hammer!
This calls for a celebratory drink.
Come on, come on. Yes.
We're in.
A long slog with this one! Pierce evil! One more! Hurricane Strike! Freeze Lancer! Far beyond the darkest sky! Two heads! It's not even fair!
I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare Demolisher!
This reason here! Magic is them! A chain between heaven and earth! By the power of
Right
the
here! I got it!
Burn!
What? Magic is them! Concentration! Blah, blah, blah! Concentration! Blah, blah, blah!
It's too much. Prepare to be here.
And then she's too late.
Less talking, more doing.
Here's another
More pushing.
magic.
You'll pay for that.
Far beyond the darkest sky. I call fighting.
Can't get out of this.
Healy wall. One more. Here, let me have the magic is there. Holy wall. And this wall. Celestial hammer.
This is bad, right?
Yes, Alphen. Very bad.
And just like that, I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare the Demolisher!
Oh, come on! Here's another! Far beyond the darkest sky! Magic is there! Shoot it!
You picked the wrong fight!
Hurricane Blazer! What is the you get the
You're mine! For interrupting!
Blah, blah, blah!
Outstanding form.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! This should make for some good weapon crafting material.
My word. This must be the work of Providence.
Provo what now?
It means destiny. I think it's a bit of an exaggeration, though. Whoa!
Come on, got it there.
An opponent like this should be easy.
As if the normal creepy crawlies aren't disgusting enough.
In here!
A freezing storm!
Concentrate! Blah, blah, blah! Blah, blah, blah!
Oh, you know what? That's the problem. I have concentration instead of sharpness.
Flare the Demolisher!
I should. Sure.
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop. My head's spinning just watching you.
Blah, blah, blah. Shooting star! Raging storm! Healing circle! One more! Go get it! Freezing storm!
Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry. I'll do better.
Blah, blah, blah! Burning healing storm!
Outstanding time.
You picked the wrong fight.
Piercing roar! I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare the Demolisher! Ha!
This one's mine.
Kitara frozen!
Hammer!
How much?
I'm gonna switch out him for him.
Much longer will our healing arts last?
Long the fuck enough. Oh.
How long has it been since I last went this hungry?
These structures don't look like anything built by the Renaissance, or even what we saw in the Forbidden Zone.
Perhaps this is the true architecture.
Did I get in there?
This one will be difficult to predict.
I call upon the shooting star! And it's there!
Insects just stay on the ground.
Pesky airborne scoundrel.
Sounds like a job for yours truly. Divine Savior! Explosion!
The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Magic is in! Unleash my call! Fire complete focus! Go Jerry! Burning! Hear my hold it together! I'll heal you all! Do or die! Healing circle! I'll take it from here! Let's see how you handle this! Deus Roar! Hear me! Here goes Fury! Burning Strike! Go in! Magic is there! Holy Lancer! Blah blah blah! Burning Strike! Blah blah blah! Do it! Kisara! Frozen! Hammer!
Now that's what I call ice.
Together, I knew we could do it.
Hold on, which way did that come in? Alright. Good.
I have a bad feeling about this.
No further!
One more! Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon shooting!
Not today!
I can't kill you forever! Divine! Coming out! Sleep now! Do it! This will have it! Alvin! Astral energy!
Say no more!
Resonate with the
This one's not
mine! Ice tornado!
Do you still have enough energy for healing?
Honestly, I'm a little worse for wear.
There we go. Look at you, buddy.
I won't forgive you! Here's another!
Now you've gone and ticked me off!
Oh, I.
Here's another! Careful! It has some kind of camouflage!
Elusive deity!
Magic attack! Sharpen! Blah blah blah! Seal! Works require complete focus!
I'm ready to go!
Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon you!
Can't get out of this!
Tempest Wyvern! Shooting
Everlasting darkness! Negative gate!
Bullseye!
Think you can bloody howling!
Divine Savior!
There are interrupted! Negative gate!
Blah blah blah!
Rending you apart!
Burning Strike!
Bloody howling!
Lunar corruption! Take that! Lunar blast! One last one! This one's mine! Blah blah blah! Magical!
Take this!
Shooting blah blah blah! You need to be healed!
How the mighty have fallen.
The flame inside! Sure to be let free!
Alright! Let me at him! Take that! Lightning! Bullseye!
Elusive deity!
Blah blah blah!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Molitor!
Shine! Radiant light!
One more!
I am
Far
ready.
beyond the darkest!
Regenerate.
Close one! Got it!
Allow me to help.
Thank you for that.
Just glad to be of service.
In a bind?
Failure's not an option! Take that! One last one! Leave the enemy's arts to me!
No complaints here! The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Healing must be our first priority.
I'm on it! Not a moment to waste! Blah blah blah! A freezing storm! Let them...
Oh shit. She's down. Okay. Damn it.
Even know the word
defeat.
Just... Well, I'm here to stop it.
I may have bit off more than I could chew. Water, hear my call! Spread! Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning strike! I still got some fight left in me. Hold on. Take that, Havoc! One last one! I never miss! Banana,
I'm
let's
ready!
go!
Law, I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
I feel the power flowing through me.
You'll be able to help.
Oh yeah. He was the one who said something, but it's not for him. There we go.
Even more people now.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I will.
We're in for a long...
Sorry, I didn't want to put you out.
What are friends for if we can't depend on them?
You're
These
right.
things really get
I'll
on
bear
my
that in
nerves.
mind.
Don't worry, I've got plenty to go around.
Fine Fury! Why can't they just sit still?
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done. Holy Red! Champion World!
Prepare to be sealed, though fleet of foot. Actually, perhaps bound is more appropriate.
Let's talk some more doing. Arch Field!
On your knees. I'm ready!
Kisara frozen!
Hammer!
Nicely done!
All thanks to you. With the Stalagmite! Now you see what I can do! Rending you apart! Bloody howling! On your knees!
Here goes!
Can't get out of this! Flame inside me, yours to be let free!
You get the gist. In here! A banana! Let's go! Lightning strike!
I'm ready! All yours, Kisara!
We did it!
Magnificently done.
Make it rain! In an instant! Impact block! On your knees!
Here's another! Lightning strike! Here goes! Blah blah blah! Big blah blah blah! Holy land! You get the gist! Here goes this! Raging storm!
Make it rain!
Kisara frozen!
Hammer!
Good to know my training is paying off. We're in for a long slog with this one.
Rotating pile driver!
And just like that, I'm back in. Start by holding the front line. No sooner said than done. I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare Demolisher!
Hurricane! Take this!
Far beyond the sunken sky!
Going in! Now you see what I can do!
Reload! Shooting star! Change the blah blah blah! You get the gist! Holy land! Where are you going? You get the gist! Burning! Blah blah blah! Mega ray! Go get it! One last one! You get the gist! Shooting star! You get the gist! Drop it! You get the gist! Holy land!
Take this!
Not feeling so hot.
Take it easy. You'll hurt yourself.
Sorry.
Take
Didn't mean to make you worry.
One last one. Blah blah blah. Burning strike.
I've used too much.
Here's another. Magic is on. Burning strike. Shooting star. Water. Hear my call.
Ono won't save you!
Big one. A chain blah blah blah. You get the gist. Only land. Blah blah blah. Shooting star. If it's in the sky, it's mine. Ryan Powell. And this is Sion. Astral energy. Full throttle. Not too shabby. hobby, if I do say so myself.
Far more than the power I can conjure alone, that's for sure.
Was that a compliment? I've got a really bad feeling about this.
Attack time!
Bullseye! Magic is am! Speed!
The flame inside me yearns to be being directed.
You get to make it sorry, Frozen!
Hammer!
Nicely done!
All thanks to you. Regenerate! Let us take your prey.
Here! Here's another one! Blah blah blah! Holy land! Blah blah blah!
In a bind?
You made quick work of them!
I have plenty of tricks up my sleeve, young lady.
I hope to see them sometime!
Regenerate!
Barb, you get the gist!
Thank you for that.
That'll bring you down. Well, I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare Demolition! Against my full power, you didn't stand a chance.
So the idea is to seal the Great Spirit inside the Renaissance using the Sovereign and Maiden's power. But just...
I'm guessing it won't be as easy as holding a spirit channeling
I already had wielded astral energy once The problem isn't just our enemy's strength. It's that it's sentient, too.
Got some good equipment!
I can't say its appearance is to my tastes, personally.
Awaken and recap!
I think I'll pass on the handshake.
You picked the wrong fight! Merciful back! On your knees! Ripping you apart!
The fluidity of your movements is simply incredible.
Take this!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Can't get out of this!
Blah blah blah!
Don't get carried away! I can carve through armor! Do it! Grind you into tears!
Barb, you get the gist. Shooting!
In the soil.
Awaken and recap!
Let's keep up the pressure.
Lunar corruption! Lunar corruption!
Spirit within the soil.
Awaken and wreak havoc!
Slag assault.
This one's mine!
I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare Demolisher!
Here goes! Lunar corruption! Lunar blast! Lightning strike! Hit that! Far beyond the rocket guys! Lunar magic is there!
Radiant shine! Radiant light! Shield of regeneration!
Alright. Much obliged.
Do you know Renans and Danans have unique ways of...
Tell me about it
From
later.
beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with blood! Resuscitation! Resonate with the earth! Not today!
I have to train harder.
Rending you apart!
Take that! Bullseye! Barbie magic!
Any more of this and I'll burn out.
What happened? Healing circle. This one.
Here's a healing art.
Why is she going first aid? Am I fucking this up? There it is.
Alvin, astral energy.
Say no more. That astral energy was incredible.
I gave it everything I had.
Well, yeah.
We're in for a long slog with this one.
Go get him!
Oh. Use Lancer. I know. Shooting star. Arrow Squall. Arrows. Then. Go force. What's on? Maybe. Oh.
Like mud, I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare to Malisa!
Doberline!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! You don't mess around.
Certainly not. In the soil.
Lightning Barbie! Magic is out! Shooting star!
Ripping you apart! Bloody howling!
Here, let me do it!
In a bind, shield!
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
Does anyone else think this may be just a bit too... tough for us?
This one will be difficult to predict.
Here I go! Proton Flat! By the power of magical energy!
Negative
Shield
gate.
and break!
Your reflexes will not serve you well this week.
Raising you apart!
Pesky airborne scoundrel.
Sounds like a job for yours truly. Get you, Jet. Glacial Spear. Here's Proton Flat!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! There are interrupted me! They smite with flashing blade!
Proton Flat! Lightning Orb!
Execution!
Lightning
Raising you
order!
apart!
Crescent moon!
Prepare to be down!
That'll bring you down!
A lord's power never ceases to amaze me.
I'm as regular as the next man.
Yeah, the next man who used to be a lord.
Here's the next up!
Rotating
Both
fire
power
blast!
left! Lightning orb! Reload! Steel force! Got you! Right back at ya! Message to the shield and mace! Steel force!
Blood!
Turn it
Raising
away!
you apart!
Lightning orb! Steel force beyond the darkest sky!
Burn!
Searing flame! Reload! Shoot! Light extra energy! Lightning orb! Wind crystal spear! Here's evil!
Regenerate!
Reinforcer! Thank you, Dohalim.
I only did what any other would.
I think you're nicer than you let on.
Eagle ray!
Do it! Lightning orb!
I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this!
Deus roar!
I think I'm getting stronger.
Damn it.
I won't forgive you! Eat this! Gotcha! Far beyond the darkest sky! Shooting star! Power of flame! Holy lamp! Arrow squall! Lightning orb! In here! Hit! Lunar corruption!
Now I'm real mad!
By the power of water! Lightning orb! Finish without a trace!
I'll finish you here and now! Let me... I'll crush you! Ah! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Benediction light. Let me free you of your power.
Lightning orb!
Benediction light. Here! Swallow dance! I'm being interrupted. Not today! Now I'm in the groove!
Let's tear off! Healing soul on me! What would I do without shooting stars?
You do the same for me.
Holy lamp! Fly flame! Arrows are not required complete focus! Explosive!
Eat this! Talon hurricane! Elusive DNA!
Close one! Gotcha!
This one's all mine!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara!
Shine! Radiant light! Should have messed with me! Regeneration! I'm on it!
Here goes!
Regenerate! I'll
Thanks
tear
so
you
much!
apart!
Wind astral energy! Take care of
I'll crush you! Ah! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
I'll bring you back from death to
I'm
this!
roll now!
Resuscitation!
Eagle assault!
Lunar powered hurricane! By the power of water! That's
In a
my
bind.
cue! Searing flame!
Shut him down!
Power of flame! Finish without a trace!
Eat this!
Arch
Demon
steel!
solid score! Eagle ray!
Talon hurricane! What's wrong? You alright?
Yeah, I'll be okay. Let me free you of your power. Watch it!
It's in your hands now.
Go get him!
Burn! Now I'm in the groove!
Close one! Do it! Law!
Demon's descent! Flashing fang!
I've been doing really great lately.
Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret this.
I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this. Deus Roar!
Shine, radiant light.
Here's another.
Far
beyond the dark hearts require complete focus. Far beyond the... Thanks for the healing. Watch yourself, okay? Yeah, you too.
Prepare to be steered, fleet of foot. Actually, perhaps bound is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing.
I'm on it.
Here's another.
Freezing storm. This one's mine.
Lightning orb.
Spirits within the soil.
Awaken and wreak havoc.
Wind acceleration.
Now I'm real mad. Down on the way.
Gemini Aqua.
Spirits within the soil.
Awaken and wreak havoc.
Wind astral energy. Back into the lightning orb. Far beyond the...
Not today!
Blah, blah, blah. Magic.
First strike.
Shooting star. You get the gist. Holy land. You get the gist. Arrow squall. By the power of flame.
Oh, now you're talking.
Here's an...
I can handle it.
Air pressure.
Gotcha.
Storm.
Explosion.
Solid hurricane.
Here. Take that. What would I do without you? Lightning orb. Gemini Alpha. Lightning orb. Lightning orb. Far beyond the darkest sky. I call thee. Easter. Freeze Lancer.
These fists have got your name on them. Denied.
Light astral energy. Lightning
In a
orb.
bind? I'm sorry to be a father.
We've all got enough on our hands.
Yes, ma'am.
Bullseye. Blah, blah, blah. Magic. Wind astral energy.
Armor won't save you.
There's a healing art. Go get him.
Watch this. Awaken and wreak havoc.
Lightning.
This one's all away.
Law.
Demons descend. Flashing fang.
How much longer will our healing arts last?
Great.
Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret this. One more. That freaking does it. Demon Blast.
Far beyond the darkest sky. I'm shooting.
Burning
Holy Glacial Spear. Piercing arrow squall. Freeze Laser.
I'll finish you here and now.
Lightning orb.
Leave the target to me. Too fast. That freaking does it.
I'll trip it up.
In a bind? I'll crush you!
I think I learned something new with her a little while ago. And,
What's this? Regenerate! No! Why thank you, your lordship? And will you lay down your life for your lord? Well, I mean, hey, let's not be hasty. Eagle Ray!
Freeze Laser.
Down on the ground!
Blah, blah, blah. Holy land. Blah, blah, blah.
What's activity? No further! Resonate with the earth! I'm on it! Stalagmite!
Go
Raising you apart!
Lightning orb.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! I'm on it!
Here's a healing art.
Hurricane!
First aid. Lightning orb.
This one's all wrong! Now I'm in the groove! Let me free you of your power!
Lightning orb.
Blow away!
Wind astral energy.
You picked the wrong fight!
Steel Barbie. Magic is in. Shooting star. You get the gist. Holy land. Not on my watch. Radiant light. Go get him. Wind
on! I'll tear you apart! Negative gate!
We got Donkey!
Use all the power of my army onto an object!
Magic is them!
I can carve through armor!
Photon flash!
Do it!
Lost!
Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
This could be useful.
I found some equipment.
Let me take a... look at it.
Go no further! Hit! Go get him! Wind
Heal my weary people. I'm on it! I'll watch this! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Here's the healing arc! Go get
I'll finish you here and now!
Close one! Gotcha!
Eat this! Whirlwind smash!
Take that!
Take this! Now I'm in trouble! I can see this all day!
Gale Force!
Inspiration! I can see this all day!
Lightning Star beyond the...
Easter! Talon Hurricane! Inferno on a roll now! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Talon Hurricane!
Here's a next!
Watch this!
Close one! Right back at you!
Eat this!
Glacial Spear! Here's a next!
Radiant light!
Lightning Orb!
Go away! Frickin'
Wind Star beyond the darkest sky! I call party!
Where are you going?
Require complete...
See what happened there as you crossed the ocean? Oh, you are gonna pay for that! Down on the ground! Sonic Spear! Super Swallow Dance!
I can't heal you forever!
Radiant light!
Regenerate!
From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with life!
Magic is there! Holy Land!
Never incantation ruined.
I'm on it!
You get the gist! You get the gist! Hold on to your arm. Here I come! You get the gist! In here! Lightning on! Standing form!
Behold! The Earth's hope! Tectonic vision! Penumbra!
Do it! Lost!
Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang! So that didn't go as planned.
We must consider well if... this is the right path.
man. I hope I live long enough to regret this.
If it's in the sky, it's take that!
Freaking does it!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss! I'll bring you back from
Here's
death's abyss!
They got me flanked!
Wind astral energy! Lightning loop! Magic is there! Holy land! Lunar corruption! One more! Bullseye! Blah blah blah! Shooting star! Blah blah blah! Arrow squall!
Yeah, appreciate the concern.
The sooner you stop thanking, the sooner you can start helping.
I mean, yes, sir.
Far beyond the darkest sky! Magic is there! Shooting star!
In a bind? Shot! Radiant light! Boost of regeneration!
Firmament render!
Regenerate!
Magic is there! Maybe ghosts are a little timeless, huh?
She is strong. She can handle herself.
You can be really dense, Dohori.
Can you take what? I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! I'm on it! That's enough!
Take that! This one's mine!
Tornado drive!
Wind after blah blah blah! Arrow squall! Here's evil! Lunar blast! Far beyond the darkest sky!
Swallow dance! I'm on it!
Lunar corruption! Lunar blast!
Blow away!
Go get him! Wind astral energy! Annihilation! Gale force! You what my art can do! Lightning firmament render! Arrow squall! Magic extend! Glimmer holy land!
In a bind? Armor won't save you! The flame inside me! Eat that! Let's free!
Lightning! Hold together!
Behold! The Earth's pulse! Tectonic vision!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss! Go get him!
Resuscitation!
I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing arts to accomplish this.
This one keeps charging us! Not too
That's
long
what my
ago.
shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to
No
you!
more playing nice!
Hitting
Here's another!
Resonate with the earth!
Gale force! Lightning! Blah blah blah! Far beyond the darkest sky! I call the
Negative
blast!
gate!
Annihilation!
You picked the wrong button!
It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire! Gemini Aqua! Hut! Go get it! Hold it together! It's do or die! Spread! Lightning! I'll take it from here! Let's see how you handle this! Deus Roar! I'll heal you all! Take that!
Heal!
Leave the chargers to me.
Not my finest. I couldn't make it in time.
Here goes! Lightning shadow! Gale force! By the power of flame! Vanish without a trace! Explosion!
No further. The flame inside me yearns to be let free.
Do it! Alvin! Astral energy!
Say no more.
Remember to tell me if you need healing.
I expect you'll be in high demand if that's the case.
What do you think this place was for?
What the hell? Are they asleep?
No. They appear to be well preserved. However, they are all dead.
Dead? So this is a mass grave?
Looks that way. However, none of them appear to be Helganquil.
Bear in mind that Renans were originally Danans, who were remade and sent to live on Lenegis. Knowing that, they would have needed a place to perform the procedures somewhere.
And that place is here, I assume.
So what you're saying is that all of these are Danon, or rather, Renan bodies?
Most likely, yes. It must have been abandoned for one reason or another.
There are so many of them. They were all taken away, but never given a chance to wake.
Oh, this should be
What is
fine.
that thing?
Something we have to fight if we want to get across, it seems.
Be careful! It's huge!
That's what she said.
What is with all the huge lumps?
Oh, just the one part? Okay.
Eat slightly.
It's no ordinary...
What I want to do is... Alright, I'm gonna end this and get back to this tomorrow. Yeah. Alright then. Peace.